11 years, I have amassed a quite substantial doll collection. And let's be real, my dolls are looking a bit busted. They're dusty and their glue seepage is pretty much off the rails. And don't get me wrong, my shelves sometimes look really nice, but then there's also moments like this. It's next to my computer desk, don't judge me. So welcome to episode 1 of FIX-A-GHOUL. Yeah, don't ask too many questions, but we're starting with Scary Tales. I believe these two are from the 2016 Toys R Us re-release, because if they were the Target ones, they wouldn't have as bad glue seepage as these two. Sadly, I don't have Claudine out of the box, so I fear, Claudine, you're just gonna have to sit this one out. I am so sorry, Ghoul.
Fuck my drag, right?
So those are the two Monster High dolls we're gonna start this restoration series off with, but before we get into their restoration, we have a word from today's sponsor, Palm Street. Hey everyone, so as you guys may know, I am a doll collector. I made the choice 11 years ago and this is where we're at. But with being a doll collector comes a doll mess. See, you guys are used to seeing my nice backdrop. My dolls are nicely posed and clean, but the majority of the room looks like this. And with this year me wanting to purge some of my dolls in my collection, it is now time to sell, and that is when Palm Street comes in. Palm Street is a live stream selling app where you can buy collectibles, plants, reptiles, lifestyle, and a whole bunch more. You could do a live show to sell your items or just put it to your shop just in case you're not into the whole live thing. I'm going to be going live on Palm Street on September 19th for 2 hours starting at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will be selling a plethora of Monster High dolls, including some I've rerouted and some dolls that are even in their boxes still. There's also going to be Labubu starting at $1 bid. I'm also going to be auctioning off a Corpse Bride Emily doll starting only at $1. She's looking for her new afterlife and it might be with you if you win her on my Palm Street stream. And if the stream gets 300 bookmarks, I'm going to be giving away a Real Drama Cleo Denial doll. So definitely check out the link in my bio to sign up for Palm Street and bookmark my live stream. And you'll get $5 plus some coupons to use on any stream. I hope to see you guys at that stream and I can't wait to see who is going to get what, and make sure to tag me when you do receive the items from the stream. But thank you so much, Palm Street, for sponsoring this video. Ah yes, Threadarella. I honestly have not touched this doll since I bought her, and I did realize she is wonky. So I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to get all your wonky comments out. Anyways, those comments better be really good. Other than being really wonky, she, like other Monster High dolls, has a glue head. So we're gonna reroute her hair. Don't worry, Frankie, we've done this plenty of time. I mean, it beats using various of chemicals to get the glue out. My Frankie doesn't have the sponge, so we're gonna pretend it was just never there. So obviously, to start a reroute, you need to cut the hair off. Now, it would have been great if I actually filmed this in frame for you to see, but I didn't, so take my word. But now that we've cut all the hair off, it is now time to boil Frankie's head off. If you've watched my channel now for the past 4 years, you guys know the drill when it comes to boiling a head off a Monster High doll. Well, I hope you do. I noticed that the vinyl on this one felt squishy, but it wasn't squishy enough to get the head off, so I had to keep dunking it. So I guess I don't even know how to get a Monster High doll's head off. Go figure. We won't be needing this body for a few hours. Okay. But now that the head is super squishy, it is now time to get all the disgusting gluey hair out of her head. Kind of look like a grandpa that's balding right here. But now it's my least favorite part. But somehow I got lucky and I was able to get it all out in one go. I think I was able to get the entire glue little thingy out of her head. Oh my god. Wow, that took 4 minutes. But yay. After washing the head, I am going to repaint the scalp because the blonde is barely there from when Mattel did it. But also we need to normalize painting the scalp when we do reroutes, everybody. I wasn't liking how matte the paint was looking, so I decided to add some Liquitex High Gloss varnish, and oh my god guys, this looked so good. Honestly, it helped protect the paint too. I didn't get any scratches, and now she's living her best life as Sinead O'Connor. But now we're done prepping and it's time to reroute her. Okay guys, for hair today, we're going to be using Atomic Blonde from the Doll Planet. If you want 10% off, use Zombie X10, you know the drill. And I'm also going to be using a black shade that they offer as well. I believe this is natural black, but I'm very excited to work with this blonde because it looks very Frankie-esque. So for the streak pattern of this Frankie, I'm doing 2 white and 1 black and so on and so forth for the hairline. You can do it sporadically if you would like to, but I just wanted it to be a little more uniform this time around than sporadic. Now the black streaks are only in the hairline. The rest of it is just the Atomic Blonde color, which comparing both colors, the blonde felt so nice and silky soft, and I really want to buy more of it, and I actually did. So expect more Atomic Blonde reroutes coming soon. I can't believe it's taken me this long to reroute a Frankie with the proper blonde. I've always used the ones that have more of a yellow hue to them. I was never really bothered by it. I'm looking at my Honka Tour reroute that I did a few years ago. The blonde with the yellow hue kind of just looks like what the hair would naturally age to, but this is an almost white blonde, so I'm already looking at 2 Frankies that I really want to reroot because of their glue seepage being so bad. So I'll definitely be using it for another episode of FIX-A-GHOUL, which, by the way, let me know what you think about this series down in the comments below. I feel like it's kind of a return to form for me, because back in the day I would do washing videos and I would do an entire wave. So this is kind of the same thing, but we're doing dolls for my own collection that are definitely a bit older and need a lot more TLC than something that would be new on the shelf. In the question of the video comment, make sure to vote on which one of the lines you would like to see me do next. But Frankie's reroot is done.
16 in the Bronx, running up and down the block.
It's now time to seal the head with some fabric tack glue. And now I'm gonna let Frankie dry overnight so we can start working on Miss Draculaura here. For Draculaura, I'm just gonna be using the natural black color along with Tutti Frutti, which is a perfect nylon equivalent to Draculaura's normal hot pink color. But before we reroot Draculaura, I'm going to paint her scalp with this folk art paint, and it's just to refresh it and get all the yellow staining from the glue off of her sculpt. For Draculaura, we're going to be recreating what her original doll had, which is a peekaboo color moment. I am going to add a few extra rows going upwards just so that there's a bit more pink, because I feel like if I only did the one line of pink, it would have just been not enough for the curls when we get to that portion of the video. But before I add the rest of the pink, I am going to finish off the hairline by adding the rest of the black. I did all of the pink strands, and now we're going to move on to doing the entire head full of the black hair color. This entire reroot, I was panicking because I didn't think I had enough of the black hair color, so I ordered some more hair, but it just arrived today, so if I ran out, I would have been SOL.
And of course, the drama from the launch party. It's a mess, so let's get into it.
Anyways, as I concluded Draculaura's reroot, it is now time to set her with some glue and forget about her.
So I just realized I don't have my curl cream. It is Friday. This video has to go up tomorrow and they still aren't styled. That's gonna be very interesting. Tonight's gonna be a very interesting editing night. But I had to go get some curl cream. I don't know where I can get it from. I never have to buy this, so yeah. And Amazon was like, if you want it, it'll be here Monday. And I think that's a bit too late, so. But luckily for Draculaura, her hair is just gonna be a brush out, so that should be easy. It's more Frankie that I'm a little worried about because I'm gonna be cutting it and like doing the ringlets.
Welcome to the styling portion of this video. Which one of these two curly head ghouls is going to be our first victim? It's obviously going to be Draculaura, mainly because I really just want to get on to Frankie. If you're unfamiliar on how I do a brush out, it is pretty easy but also very time consuming. You're going to need plenty of water, so I start by spraying down the hair until it is literally drenched. Then I just comb out the par line if the doll has one, just so that it is prominent and we don't lose it. But look how nice I did it. Wow. So I couldn't find my curl cream at 3 stores, so I picked this one up from Sally's Beauty, and we're going to see together if it is any better or if it's worse. It was a bit dry, so I added water to it, and then I just massage it all over the hair. I'm using a metal comb that I got with my styling stand from the Doll Planet. If you'd like it, I'm going to link it below. Make sure you do this in sections because you don't want to go at it with the entirety of the head. You might pull out hair or it might just get really, really poofy. After brushing it for a little bit, I do find where I want the length to be and I cut off the excess curl. Then I could go through with my fine tooth comb and I brush the curl over my finger, making sure to trim any uneven ends. And now you have a brushed out section of hair. Now that we brushed out Draculaura's hair fully, we are going to comb it together and combine it and put it into a hairnet because that is the best way to let it dry. I probably let her dry in the hairnet for an hour and a half just so the hair is still damp enough so when I take it out of the hairnet, we can start doing the individual curls. With curly nylon, you could pretty much do whatever you want with it because it holds curls way better than saran. And by me putting it into the hairnet and letting it set for just a little bit, it brought back the original bounce that might have been brushed out. And I did decide to do a little style by pulling a front section of the hairline and putting it into the back just so that it's not in her face too much. And then I put it back into the hairnet so it can dry fully fully this time. And now we're gonna move on to Frankie.
Calling all barbs, calling all barbs.
Guys, Frankie's hair brushed out so nicely. For Frankie's styling, we're gonna put her hair into a high ponytail like so. And now it's gonna be kind of the scariest part because we're gonna start taking little sections of the hair and starting to cut it and form it into tinier curls. I'm just using a lot of water and curl cream and kind of just forming the curls around the ponytail. At first, I wasn't sure if this was going to be a good method and I maybe messed up the entire reroute. I made sure to do the perimeter first and then I worked into the middle, adding more volume and height. It was kind of giving Taylor Swift love story vibes, but not really. After that, I decided to add some little tendrils to kind of like form her face because she is wonky at the end of the day. So I thought if I added like one in front of her face, it would kind of hide one eye and you wouldn't really pay attention too much. Then I'm going to set in the style with some I Got To Be Glue hairspray. And like that, Frankie is done. I'm actually really happy with this doll and I just need to add her crown and she's good to go. Anyways, guys, that is Dracula and Frankie from Scary Tales. They have fully been restored. Honestly, my favorite is Frankie, and I think it's because the curls actually turned out well. If you guys don't think they did, I don't care. I like them. Dracula, I might actually fix around the hair a little more after I'm done with this, but it does look pretty nice if I do say so myself. But anyways, let me know in the comments which one of these two is your fave ski from today's video. Let me know what you guys think of this new series. It's kind of a spin-off of the Doll Spa. The Doll Spa is currently on a hiatus, by the way. Make sure to check out my Palm Street stream, which is next Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They provided me with all these Labubus that I'm going to be auctioning off starting at $1. So if you know anyone or yourself wants a Labubu or some Monster High Dolls that I may be selling, definitely check the link in my description and make sure to bookmark it. Because if it hits 300 bookmarks, we're giving away Real Drama Cleo. And if we hit 100, we're going to give away one exciting Macaron Labubu. So definitely make sure to check that out and I can't wait to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you are new to the channel, hi, my name is Jay and I do doll stuff, duh. And I'd love you to join the channel and become a cornflake today. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at ZombieXCorn, and you might as well subscribe here because you're already here, right? Like this video because it makes me know you like my content, and of course, comment your thoughts. It can be anything, I don't care. But anyways, guys, I will see you in my next video. But until then, bye!